same distribution method that I go through, but I was like, I was like, I bet if I switch distributors, I'll get it out in time. So I did. Okay, I switched. I'm not gonna name them, even though I did do a video. I'm not gonna lie. There's a video out there where I might have named them. Shouldn't do that, but um, so they told me the 7th when my single was supposed to be released. They were like, "Yeah, that's sure." They okayed it. Bam, it's good. It's been put in. Had the write up ready from 520 Collective as usual. They sent the beautiful work of art written by yours truly, and I'm excited. I'm pumped. My wife's like, "Oh my gosh, like, yeah, this is so sick." I'm like, I know, man. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a good drop. Friday came. My wife wakes me up. Where's the song? I was like, what do you mean? It's on Spotify. But it's clearly on Spotify. I was like, right? And it wasn't there. There was no single that droppeth. And I was like, so I went back on there. I was like, what's going on? They were like, well, we didn't send you the payment method. You have to have your payout method and all in order for your single to be released, because they have to pay you, your
Right.
5 cents a month.
Right.
Unless you're pulling about 2 million listeners. But anyway, so the song didn't come out. I reached out to them and I was like, hey man, you guys kind of ruined my single and my release. They apologized and they expedited it. Apparently you can expedite it and release it in like a day. So I'm like, you know what? My problem is I'm a little hot. This is a hot take right now.
Okay. We
It's a
got you.
520 hot take.
Let's
My
hear it.
problem is
Let's hear it.
all we are doing is transferring files from one computer to another computer. This does not take 5 days.
We're not
Okay.
shipping physical copies around the country.
Yeah. I'm not gonna sit here and take any. You like, what's DistroKid doing for 5 days to drop a file into another file? Like, come on. It's really just moving files into a different folder. It's a joke. Like, it shouldn't take 25 days to get your music up. It's just a weird, like,
And this
um
is why you do stuff like have your own website, have a Substack, have something that you can send stuff directly to your peoples, man.
Eric said it best. And we do have one.
Yeah.
Edifymusic.com. We do have one. But it's just hard to get those things off the ground. So, we're
Right.
still slave to the Spotify's until some Christian out there decides to drop a Spotify for Christians. It's going to be sick.
Well, hey, shout out to YouTube Music. That's what I use. So,
Hey, for real.
hey, but yeah, hey, is it good to be alive on a Monday night or what? It's
Amen.
was it Monday, November 10th? Man, we're a couple of weeks away from Thanksgiving break.
Oof, bro,
What's
already?
up, man?
Already?
What's up with that, dude?
Already?
What is up? Like 2 weeks from today, man, I'm gonna be like, hey, tomorrow my last day of school for about a week.
Bro, what? I feel like it was just summer. The other day we were just literally
Yeah.
having summer.
And then today it's like 30 degrees, man. It's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. Even down here in Florida, it's 43 right now.
Dude. Insane, man. Insane. But yeah, man, you guys know what it is. It is 520 Collective 520 IXC. Thank you for joining us on a chilly November Monday night here in the internet world. Can't even be in one place, but it's fine. It's okay, man, because if we didn't have this, we wouldn't have each other, I guess. I don't know, man. Like times, as Bob Dylan said, they are changing. So yeah,
Well, we're
man.
gonna get into that.
We're waiting on the big homie, Big Swiss. He should be joining us momentarily, but it's Eric Boston. You can hit me up on X if you want. Although I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't even been on X all that much lately, dude. Like,
Just
I don't know.
confessing.
I'm just being weird with y'all. But you can send me a message still. Eric Boston 3 if you want to do that. And I'm hanging out with the homie Frenchie. What's good? I mean,
Yeah.
new
What to do?
single. new single.
Hey, sorry we had to start off the show with a hot take, but man, some of these digital places just be
Right.
bugging out. But yeah, we got the new single out called Steps. It's about the Exodus. You know, it's a little take on the Exodus. It's a little theological if you listen that deeply. But if you don't, if you just listen for fun, you might be able to get your two-step on.
As the young people say, it's a vibe. So
Hey man, you gotta test it out in the house, Eric. Let me know what the family. If anybody do one of these, then you know.
hey, I enjoy it, man. I enjoyed it.
Nah, I
So you
appreciate
already
that,
know,
man.
dude. So everyone else go listen to it, man. And I see some people hanging out with us already, man. One, go listen to Frenchie's single Steps. But two, let us know that you're here, man. Drop us a comment. Let
Yeah,
us know where
tap
you're
in.
at, man. We want to shout you out, man. We're like I said, Swiss is on the way. So we're hoping to get that
Swizzy.
off and going. Actually, I may hear him right now. Look at this
Oh,
guy. Look at this guy
dude,
coming in hot.
you called that. You
Dude,
called that.
say his name and he'll appear. That's how it works.
And I think that was the third time, if I
Dude.
wasn't mistaken.
And here we
I
are.
don't know why it's not. It's like stuck on a weird.
Dude, it's on a resting face too right now. It's actually
It
funny.
is.
Yeah, it's completely a
We have
resting
the
face
we have
right
the
now.
Y'all
ghost.
can hear me though, right?
Oh yeah, we can hear you,
Okay.
man. We got
Keep the face there, dude, because it's also helping.
Oh man, dude. So let me tell you about this, guys. So yesterday, I talked to this guy, and dude tried to sell me a coffin, man.
A coffin?
Yeah,
Was it gold plated at least?
I don't know, dude. I looked at him though, and I said, dude, that's the last thing I need.
Oh god.
That is
How long have you been holding on to that one?
yeah, that's aggressive on a Sunday, eh, man?
It's on a wait. What day is today?
You said it was yesterday, right?
Oh yeah, well you know it is. You know
Why he
it
tried-
might have been a different day. Who knows?
Who knows?
Here, I got one more story for you. So
Okay.
my wife was doing laundry. You know, she had folded up some laundry. She had ironed some stuff. She was carrying it in a basket right into the living room, and then she tripped. I sat back and watched it all unfold, man.
Do you just look these up? Do you have a book? Like
What?
do you have like a daily email that like sends you all these like you just
Wouldn't that be
use
awesome
for
if
the
I
day?
did? Wouldn't that be awesome? It'd make life much easier.
that's the only thing that makes sense to me.
I have my ways, dude.
Your wife's gonna be pissed when she knows we know that story now.
It's not real.
Eric, you did not tell them you
It's
fell.
it's not real, Frenchie.
It's not real.
It's not. But hey, I'll tell you who is real. Big Swiss, what up?
What up? I'm here.
Say hi to the
I was-
people watching. Tell them to join in the convo and all that stuff.
Hi to the people watching, join in the combo and all that stuff.
And all that. What he said.
Man, if only I could have done that. Sweet.
Hey,
But yeah,
Eric.
man,
Eric's got the hair out today, baby. Let's
Oh, he
go.
does.
Let's go. You got the
showing off the 5 head that I got
Got-
going here.
got
Oh,
the Superman joint going on. Liked it. I like it.
That's funny.
Yeah,
So my wife and I have watched now a total of 9 Hallmark Christmas movies since Friday.
What, dude? Get out of here.
Are you
Yeah, I
all
do-
right? Are you all right, bro?
I do like the Christmas bingo. Like we do like, do they have hot chocolate? Do they go on ice skating? It makes it a little bit more, fun. Some of them are, pretty bad. Some of them are tolerable, but those movies are kind of what we did. Like we were like, let's leave the big city and go to the small town. And like, like it's not all that cracked up it's to be. And so I said that weird. But yeah, I love those movies. I don't care. Say what you want.
No,
I'm
Big
just saying,
Swiss.
wait till after Thanksgiving, dude.
Big Swiss. I wasn't even gonna hate because I've already watched 2 with my wife as well.
There you go.
She's a super Hallmark movie,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
bro. And I can always like the movie always ends like when they kiss. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like I
right.
realized that, and I was telling my wife, I was like, "Did you know that?" She's like, "No, I never even knew that until now. You just ruined it for me." I was like, "Oh."
That she didn't watch enough of them. But yeah, Eric, to your point, I will only watch Hallmark Christmas movies before Thanksgiving. I won't watch something like The Grinch before the Thanksgiving, or like Home Alone. Like the big tent pole movies, I will save.
Okay. Is
That's
it
true.
because you like can't tell the difference between a Hallmark like Christmas movie and a regular Hallmark movie? Is that like
Oh, I don't watch regular Hallmark movies. I only watch the Christmas
Yeah, wait.
ones.
What are the I thought they were all holiday based.
Dude, they have a
No,
whole
they do
channel.
movies year round. Yeah,
They have a channel,
it's
man. They
not
gotta
a
put stuff out.
yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Shout out to Hallmark.
Big shout out.
But I think I want to try out the Pure Flix this year because they bought Great American Family, and Great American Family took Candace Cameron Bure, who's like the queen of the Hallmark Christmas movie. They took Danica, what's her face from Wonder Years, who also did a lot of those. Like they jumped ship from Hallmark when they started doing like the lesbian movies and putting all the gay characters in. They're like, we're out, peace. We're gonna go start our own thing, and that's what they did.
Yeah. Shout out to DJ Tanner.
Yeah, shout out DJ Tanner.
And say what up to Stephanie. I'm just kidding.
Hey, Swiss, you be surprised. It's actually kind of cold in Florida right now. I was just telling Eric earlier. Like
Yeah?
I know
bet
for
it's
you
cold
it's
in
normal.
Colorado. I bet it's cold in Colorado.
Yeah, I bet it's got to be cold.
It's been like in the mid 50s.
Oh, dude, it was like,
but like it's like 20 in the morning.
I say it was like in the 30s today here.
20. Oh,
So it's crazy.
Yeah, I was 18 the other day when I woke up.
Yeah.
bro, y'all take the heater seriously up there. Like must have.
Yeah, fireplace, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, hey, we got a conversation that I kind of teased a little bit last week that I wanted to get into. I really wanted to do it last week, man, but there just wasn't the time, so we're gonna do it this week. But before we do, man, let's bring a little something back that we haven't done for a second, and let's look at a couple of headlines. I just got like 2 headlines.
Ooh, yeah, headlines.
let's
Okay.
go.
I'm
Bring it
trying to
back.
decide which one to show for. Let's go with this one. Let's go with this one here. Mega church pastor charges $12,000 per year for lessons on how to be the goat for the kingdom.
This isn't a Babylon Bee headline.
This is
This
not.
is for real.
This is for real. So, if you would like to learn how to be the goat of the kingdom, because that's clearly the goal.
Oh
guess-
I
god.
kind of feel like there's some scripture around who would be the greatest in heaven. Somebody said something about that.
Well,
You know,
so,
There's some
okay,
Brothers of Thunder around that.
I saw this, and I saw another one about charging like something like $80,000 a year for like some like marriage and family counseling stuff or something. It was crazy. And I guess basically the way it breaks down is like they only accept like people who like make like $1 million plus a year into it, apparently, which, you know, I guess all the poor of spirit or whatever it is, you know. Like,
Poor spirit and real life, baby.
right. All the all the lowly and the outcast don't apply. Don't apply. You're not going to be a goat.
To be
not,
fair,
not,
though,
not the least of these. You know what I'm saying? Not the least of these.
to be fair, Eric, he does have an argument on his side. We can store treasures in heaven. Some people might have more treasures than you in heaven. Just saying. Some people might be stacking up, and he might be helping.
I mean, maybe, but
He might help you stack up. What if he's stacking your treasures up in heaven? You know, you're paying him here, but he's helping you stack up in, you know, with the Lord. He might be cooking. I don't know.
like,
No,
No. No, he's
no.
I'm just saying,
He's not.
if you're smart enough to be pulling in millions of dollars a year, surely you're not smart. You're not so dumb that you're like, yeah, let me pay into this.
Yeah, I'm good
No,
on that.
I mean, you'd be surprised. Joel Osteen's church is huge.
I mean, I guess $12K isn't that much for someone that's making $1 million, but still.
What, $800-900 a month?
Yeah, what's 12K?
Not bad.
What's 12K for your marriage, Eric?
Seriously, Eric?
To be
You're telling me that you would leave your wife over $12,000?
I want to be whatever the goat of the kingdom he's talking about. What does that even mean?
You're the greatest of all time, man.
Can he just break it down for us? Like what what attributes will
I
I
feel like
gain?
there's no way that that's any kind of blasphemy, right?
No, no chance.
I don't know if it's considered blasphemy, but it's definitely like
I mean,
irreverent.
isn't there only like one goat? If we're gonna be it,
Well, it's a lamb.
yeah.
It's
But-
getting technical, but he's also a shepherd. He's also the shepherd.
one name above all names. I don't know.
Jesus.
Maybe. That's a good headline. I'm glad you found that one. That one's funny.
Dude,
I
that
literally
was
thought it
crazy.
was a Babylon Bee headline.
No, I think that one was actually from Protestia. So.
Oh, yeah, they might as well be Babylon.
But here, let's get you another one. Let's get you another one here. Hey, shout out to Kyle hanging out with us. He says Christmas movies that don't mention Jesus are demonic distractions. Swiss?
Kyle, don't tell my wife this. I hope she's not
Yeah,
reading.
Kyle.
Kyle,
I feel like all you do is sit in a room and read your Bible all day. Like and watch the show.
He's
No, I'm
he's
just playing.
he's on an island of Patmos with Wi-Fi.
Uh,
Yeah, that's a hot take, Kyle. That's a hot take.
To my wife, Kyle, mostly.
All right, let's
Now,
get
he's gonna hit us with the "Would Jesus watch those movies?" He's gonna hit that in the comments. Watch,
That's
like
next.
that's a Kyle question.
I mean, I'll tell you this. I've said it before, man. The only thing I know for sure is Jesus is eating a spicy chicken sandwich from Popeyes. So,
Okay,
100%. Oh,
Is
yeah.
he?
Listen, Chick-fil-A may be the Lord's chicken, but Jesus
It
eats
is.
Popeyes. So,
I mean, he was hanging with the brothers.
dude, best spicy chicken sandwich in the world.
Some
So.
people argue.
Right. All right. Let's see. Another headline. UMC passes amendment allowing regional conferences to maintain biblical views on marriage and sexuality. Shout out to the Methodists, man. They're allowing their people to keep some biblical views on topics.
Wait, I need to read that one more time. I'm sorry. Amendment allowing regional conferences to maintain biblical views.
Yeah, man. It's
What
okay.
were they doing before this?
It's okay for the Methodists to stick with what the Bible says. It's fine. They approved it.
Now,
that's a wild headline.
That is
Right?
insane, bro.
And this I think is from Christian Post. So again, not a Babylon Bee one there, Swiss. What's it got you feeling?
You know, our Methodist church here in town just hired a female pastor. And so the Methodist man, I wonder if John Wesley's rolling in his grave, like even he didn't have these crazy thoughts when he started the Methodist church. Like, I don't know, it's crazy, man.
He didn't think, is it really okay for us to follow the Bible?
Yeah.
I think we need a committee to approve it first, EB.
Like, dude, like that headline right there. Well, actually, both of these headlines kind of wrap up, like, I don't know, 2025 in a nutshell to me. Like where we're at, not only as a church, but as people in general, man. Like it's like makes no sense.
I argue the other side of that, EB. I saw a wild stat today about Iran. Iran has the highest conversion rate so far of Christians in the last like 2-3 years. Iran.
Okay.
Iran. So on the other side of what we're experiencing in our reality here in the States, like things are shaking up over there on the other side of the street. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, I think it's getting worse on one side and it's improving on the other side. A little yin and yang. I think.
Yeah, Kyle. It's the
United Methodist. What's the other Methodist?
I don't know. They split. I don't know what they called.
Oh,
yeah,
they sure
but
did.
yeah, it is the United Methodist Church.
Yeah.
They sure did. You guys ever heard of like Life Church?
Well, you got to be a little bit more specific than
No,
that.
that's what it's
Very
called.
generic.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, but there's like
It's
a
like
lot
a
of life
million.
churches.
Really? I thought there was like one thing. It's like a thing, like a Life
They're-
Church.
Like
It's like
it's a denomination.
They're
Mhm.
like dollar stores where they're all
Yeah, they're everywhere. I was like Life Church. That's interesting. I keep seeing them like pop up. Somebody was telling me that they are.
I
a
think
thing.
Hold on, I think one of those had. I can't remember which one now. Now
Was it from Life Church?
I think maybe that goat of the kingdom was a Life Church
See what I'm saying?
pastor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right, but like
Don't quote me for
the
sure.
term life church is similar to like a community church, or you know what I mean? Like it's not denominational, it's just a common used name, kind of like you see Antioch used all the time. At
Yeah, I'm
least
with you on that.
that's what I think you're talking about.
I thought it was its own thing. Like like they're trying to start their own like little brand, the little denomination maybe, because they look very similar. All the buildings are similar. It's like real crazy.
It
I'm gonna
might
have
just
more
be a
research.
satellite. Yeah.
Well, if we remember back, let's see, was it earlier this year or was it last year, Swiss, when the UMC lost like 1 million members in
Yeah,
like
it was last year.
last year? Okay. Like over the fact that the leadership had strayed so far from just biblical truths.
Yeah.
And now here you got them kind of circling back around a little bit. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
and you got to ask yourself, was it because of different leadership in America? How much did that play into it? Right. Because we've seen that with a bunch of other companies and corporations and stuff where what they were saying a couple years ago, that the tunes are changing now that we have a different administration.
That's interesting. Administration pressure
Is
in the church.
Well, I wouldn't say pressure. I think it was more like what was viewed as socially acceptable. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the, woke, more left, far left ideologies that a lot of churches kind of embraced over the last handful of years. Now those aren't the things that are maybe taking priority.
Wait, EB, are you saying Jesus wasn't a hippie?
I mean,
Is that what you're telling me right now, bro? Because
he probably had a little bit of a smell to him. It's fine.
Like what? Yeah, it's got out of hand for sure.
But like companies like kind of walking back on like their DEI, programs and different stuff like that. Is that like the equivalent of what's happening here with some of these churches where they're like, oh, maybe we should kind of get back to what the gospel actually tells us?
Oh, we hope so.
Probably a little bit, yeah. I mean, I definitely think that's probably a scenario that's a little more prevalent with like new seekers, especially like Gen Z seekers, like who are looking for truth, and they aren't finding it at these things. I mean, you look at like the Charlie Kirk explosion. I mean, this guy was constantly like spitting biblical truth to these young men, and they're not going to go get those at the Methodist church. They're not going to get that at certain churches. They're going to have to get those at biblically grounded true speaking churches. And so I think it's easier. I think we're in a time too where it's easier for people to spot the lie, right? Because we do have these Wes Huffs, we do have YouTube, we do have these scholars that are easily accessible to get their information and understand like highly detailed seminary academic works that corroborate the Bible. And so I think that's just kind of a natural lean back to sanity, if you will.
Yeah, man. Well, and it kind of goes into the conversation that I wanted to have here tonight as well, fellas. And I'm going to use Rhett as an example of this, but I don't want to pick on Rhett necessarily because I've seen this from a lot of other people. But I'm talking about Rhett McLaughlin from Rhett and Link, Good Mythical Morning. So these are two guys who, have a good level of fame. That started off, deeply invested in the church. They were like youth guys. They were training young people to be able to go out on missions work and all this stuff. And then they deconstructed and ultimately walked away. And I'm going to put walked away from the faith. But I thought it was interesting because last week, they had kind of put their podcast Ear Biscuits on a hiatus, and so Rhett kind of launched his own YouTube channel where he was like, hey, I want to be able to talk about some more serious stuff, because like if you've ever watched Good Mythical Morning, it's really just kind of a silly, fun little show where they do like random stuff, like turn one food into another that shouldn't be able to turn it, stuff like that, just silly little games and stuff, and it's all comedy and
like kind of in that Dude Perfect lane,
sort of. Yeah.
Okay.
But he wanted to be able to talk about more serious topics, so he started his channel. In his first video, he talked about he recently had to have a heart surgery, I think for like a abnormal heartbeat or something like that. It wasn't like a heart attack.
Yeah, he had like arrhythmia or something like that.
Yeah. And going into, even though they knew it was a fairly safe procedure for the most part, there's still this chance of him dying. And the question he was asking himself was, am I afraid of dying and going to hell, even though I don't believe this anymore? And so he goes through this like 20-minute video of talking about this whole experience, and talking about his past. And honestly, him and Link have done this a lot, where they go back and talk about what their faith, their faith journey, and that the experience that they had as believers, and then now saying that they're not believers. And that's the thing. His ultimate end point was, since I don't believe in this anymore, I wasn't scared of hell. And it got me like, as I'm watching, I'm like, dude, I think you were definitely scared of it, for one thing. And I think, whether it's your favorite rapper who has deconstructed and left the faith, the question I have is, once you know the truth, right? Once you've been exposed to it, especially for a decent amount of time, can you truly walk away from this? Because it's weird to me seeing people who are like, I don't believe this anymore, I think it's wrong, and yet I'm still going to go back and talk about it often. I'm going to reference it on a regular basis. What do you guys think, man, about that? Can someone truly walk away and let go of the gospel of Christ if they have been exposed to it, if they have had that seed planted in their hearts?
I mean, I think they definitely can. But this goes, I don't remember if we were having this conversation a couple weeks ago here, where we were talking about the person who walked away from the faith but never actually had it. Is it that person? I mean, I think you can make that decision. I also could see the point of like, hey, God's not done, like we don't know where he's going to end up. And then I think another interesting observation around those who deconstruct is that they always come out in different areas. Some people deconstruct and come they have a higher faith afterwards, right? And so it just even shows how, these, at first it was like, oh, I deconstructed, and so I have, it was almost like this badge of honor, and it's like, okay, well, but how did you do it, right? Like what's the process of doing that? Did you go back to primary source material from the first century? Did you read church, or was it just like, do I really believe this? And then you're thinking about it and like rationalizing with your own brain in there. It's like everyone does it a little bit differently. And so I don't think that deconstruction is necessarily a bad thing, because I think you can deconstruct and arrive at a higher faith. But I do think like guys like this who can kind of have these conversations about it, I think that it's still good that they're being intellectually honest about how they're dealing with it. But it's also, it feels kind of cheap at the same time, where it's like he knows that that's going to generate clicks, so he's going to do that. And it's like, well, I didn't really ask you if you were still believe in hell. You're just telling me. And so I think content like that is interesting.
Yeah. Well, because like to me, it's like, okay, if you truly do not believe it, then why were you even wrestling with the idea of, am I afraid of it?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I always thought that is an interesting word that was being used when I saw it was like trending. I think it was slightly right after college for me. I started seeing like, people on social media talking deconstruction, and I still didn't understand it because, they were doing it and they had like Hillsong playing in the background in these videos. So it was always confusing to me what was going on. But essentially, after seeing a lot of definitions of deconstruction, it's like, I mean, ultimately it's a crisis of faith, right? It's like
Mhm.
questioning core doctrines and all these ideologies. You just start to kind of question. So I'm always confused, why is that word chosen for someone that just says, I don't want to believe this anymore? Like, why does it have to be like deconstructing? Like, are you taking pieces apart, you know what I mean, like of the faith? Or you're like, okay, I like this part of the faith and I don't like, because I know there's some people that are like that, like, man, I don't like this part of the faith, but I like this part, I'll keep this part. Like, was that the initial row for deconstruction to be the term for this? Or
I,
has people in the past just been able to leave the faith, like
I
just
well, I think with that specifically, honestly I feel like it's just a way for some people to feel like they're saving face as they walk out the door. You know,
Yeah, I
mm,
mean, if you
I,
think about just at the base level, right? Like you'll see this a lot in the churches. Like people leave the church because of church hurt. Uh, well, if Christianity was true, these are the people that are Christian and they're sinning and they've hurt me, so that must mean Christianity isn't true. That's a form of deconstruction, right?
mm,
That would be it at its simplest form. But then you brought up like refuting core doctrines, like I don't believe in the Trinity anymore. I don't think God would want wives to submit to husbands. I definitely think God doesn't care about homosexuality, and there's no heaven. That's like the extreme deconstruction, which is kind of which is what Rhett did.
mm. That's
yeah,
that that's even more, that makes it even more interesting, because so now if you're going to deconstruct, quote unquote, you have to almost choose the lane of deconstruction you're going to go down in, because what I mean, it's like people are going to wonder, like, okay, which part of the faith exactly are you deconstructing from? Is it, because I feel like if it's all of it, right, you just turn around and you go the other way, and you just walk completely away. Like, what, like, you know what I mean? It's like there's got to be something that's still like holding or tugging, you know, like holding on to you in order for you to say, let me break it down for you. Like, why would you even take the time to break it down? Just be like, man, I've pieced out.
Mhm.
I'm just chilling now. Yeah, I believe in nothing now. I don't know if you can, and I think that's what Eric's topic is about. Can you really just
yeah, because
wash
like
your
I mean, like
hands?
I say, I've seen it. I've seen it too many times where people are like, yo, I don't believe this anymore, but yet I'm still going to hang around. I'm
Yeah.
still going to linger enough to be, I got some toes in here or whatever, and that's
Mhm.
like, why? Like if there's something that I'm like, yo, I don't agree with this anymore. I don't want this in my life. I'm getting away
Right,
from
but I
it. Like,
think that I'm going to be charitable here. Now, this isn't a stance I would ever take, but if I'm playing devil's advocate and just trying to be charitable, I think you could deconstruct and still recognize the value of the Christian value lifestyle, right? I think that you could. I think that there is a person out there, and maybe Rhett's one of them. I really haven't consumed a lot of his content. I watched this video, and that's literally all I've seen of this guy. So I don't know. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he may deconstruct and say, but I still believe that the Christian value system does provide the best flourishing. I just don't believe Jesus died and rose again. And I don't think there's a heaven. I think when we die, we're just dust. But these are still good values to live by and to order our lives by. And so I think you could do that. I think even Elon Musk said that recently, of like, if we didn't have Christianity, like we would be resolved in the chaos.
yeah.
And he's not a Christian.
Mm.
Well, okay. So this is kind of a random question, but because to me, I can almost respect someone that just says, "Yo, I don't believe anymore, and I'm out," and that's all they leave. And it's black and white. They leave like they don't try to, um, you know, put this twist on it of, well, I was trying to see what to see if there was a different way I could look at it or blah blah blah. Like, I don't know, man. It's
Mm.
weird. It's weird to me that we would do it because, okay, let's make it clear that I think it's good and that we're supposed to ask questions, right? We're
Yeah.
supposed to
Yeah.
search and understand and be certain of what we believe so that we're able to talk about it, right?
Mhm.
And I think God welcomes questions,
Yeah.
right? Uh, even questioning. Like, I don't think simply saying, "Okay, do I know for sure what this means?" is you saying, "Well, God must be wrong on this." I don't think
Yeah.
that's what we have here, but I don't know. It's like some people, man, like want to. I don't know. I don't know if it's they want to take people with them because I mean, we kind of
Mm.
think back to the fanatic situation, right? Where
Yeah.
I mean, didn't he basically say something like that? Where he's like, "Yo, I'm trying to change the people's minds and get them to go out the door with me here."
Yeah.
What I was just having a conversation about with one of my wife's friends. We were just having dinner with them, and we were talking about like if believing in God was easy, I think we would have saw it in the Bible. You know what I mean? Throughout all of the examples that we see, like you got the people of Israel, yeah, but what was 2 million people walking through the desert, and God is literally there, like right there, giving them a cloud, traveling with them, and they still had lack of faith. Like
Mhm.
what? You know, what I mean? It's like if that's not the perfect
Even
example
the
of how,
disciples
yeah, like
until they saw Jesus
like
again.
if that's not right, and that like if those aren't the perfect example of how difficult it is to be in a faith, then I don't know what is. You know what I'm saying? Like I ask all my like atheist friends all the time, like if God showed up to you right now, like would you still believe in him? And sometimes some of them are like, yeah, some of them no. I'm like, dude, the answer is
Well,
hard for everyone.
Yeah. The
All of
question I
us.
always ask people, as I always say, if you had enough evidence to know for sure that Jesus was who he said he was, would you become a Christian? And if they say no, then at that point, it's not worth having the conversation. They literally don't have the ears to hear. They're telling you
No.
that they don't have the ears to hear or the eyes to see. And so that's a good litmus test question for those type of people.
Yeah, they're not called. God
Yeah.
doesn't call everyone. So some people just aren't. But I think it's interesting that someone can accept the faith and then, quote unquote deconstruct. Cause I'm like, man, like, yeah, it wasn't easy in the
and,
first
and
place, my
that
guy.
and that's why I have a hard time believing that um when you have truly opened yourself up to the truth that you can just completely turn your back on it. I mean,
Well,
now you might might give up control to like rebellion or rebellious spirit or whatever, but man, that truth I don't think disappears from you, and that's why
I
you
think
see
it
people.
depends on how it comes to you, though, right? Like if you just go to some 3-day conference and you're riding a spiritual high, and then you all of a sudden that wears down because you're not reading scripture, and then all of a sudden you come across some scripture that talks about God wiping out Canaanites, and you're like, whoa, wait, what? And then you start thinking about your own internal moral like compass versus God's moral compass, and then I get how people get there.
Yeah,
You hear
Mhm.
this in seminary a lot. Like people will go to seminary and lose the faith because they go so deep that they come to a question that they can't resolve, right? Like
Mm.
whether it's like a miracle or something like that, and it's just like I think it's just always important to go back to like who is Jesus and who did he say he was, and what is the evidence to show that that was true. And that's what I always do whenever I get like that question of like, man, what if I'm wrong? And I'm like, yeah, but there's just like too much evidence that I'm not wrong.
I
yeah.
think you mentioned something that's was crucial there, because is the oh wait, you said, well, what was the first part you said before you close that off? I just wanted to
From where?
quote that you just said just now. Because you said something that was that was super super interesting, and I just kind of
Oh,
forgot
where he was
exactly what.
talking about being at like a conference and riding spiritual
Yeah,
high.
no.
Yeah,
Oh,
spiritual
right,
high.
right,
Yeah, yeah.
right. No, what I was saying. Yeah, I was just completely banked out. But while I was looking up some like research, just about the topic we're talking about, I saw one of the crucial things about this deconstruction thing is also bad teaching. Right, it's literally if you gotten bad teaching, and and also if you just start questioning a lot of stuff, so that those things goes hand in hand. And I think Swiss is on it. Somebody could get some bad teaching or thinking a certain way of the faith or of Jesus, and then when you read it for yourself later, you get a little deep. You're like, oh, I don't think I like this, because there's some crazy violence in the Bible. Let's not act like it's, God didn't direct people of Israel to cut off heads of everyone in those, in some, some of those Canaanite cities, etc. But all those things, there's like if you once you understand why God was saying all those things, you start to get it. And then like you look outside, you see exactly what this evil produces and breeds. It's like it could be generational, like it's crazy. Like it can really go family, like your family did some evil stuff, and just keeps going. Like this is God's like cut it off at the head, like let that thing be done. Like some of these things have explanations, they make sense, but they will never make full sense to us. Then will be God.
Right. Well, and it's like the secularists will be like, if God's so good, why do bad things happen? It's like, well, he eradicated the Canaanites because they were sacrificing their babies on hot iron statues of Baal, and but you have a problem when he does that. So,
Right.
but it's just the inconsistent view of those types of things. It's like, well, yeah, the Canaanites did deserve to die. They were an evil people.
Like, bro, you have any idea?
I've actually seen they still have some of these altars that are preserved over thousands of years in Israel. You can go to them, you could see them. Like, it's disturbing.
Have places for a baby and stuff like that.
Yes, and
But it's
they
sick.
would bang their drums loud and play music so loud so that they couldn't hear the cries of the baby burning to death. Like, these people deserve to get wiped out
Immediately with haste.
Well, and I don't know, like maybe it's maybe it's like a selfish hope that I have, right? And I don't, and if it is, then I got to work on myself here. But like I just in my head, like whenever I hear stories of people saying I no longer believe, right? I think the truth's going to bring them back around at some point, right? Or at least that's my hope, right? And I think Rhett again he had that as such a huge part of his life at some point that I believe before it's all said and done, God's gonna get him right. I hope that that's the case for Kanye. Or a bunch of that maybe he got enough of it, even though it was
I already changed his Heil Hitler song to Hallelujah.
Nah.
Yeah, I saw it on Ruslan the other day. I was talking about it.
No way.
Huh.
Dude. EB, I think that's great though, the hope thing, because I have a real close friend that was in my wedding. He deconstructed, and but it's funny because he's married to a very Christian woman, very Christian family, her family. And so I do have that hope that eventually he'll come back around. So I'm with you on that. I think it's important to have some hope for those who've already been experienced in the truth and the light and the faith.
Yeah, what do you think, Swiss? You think is that something that we should be concerned about? Like is that something I need to just kind of let go?
What specific? What part of it specific?
Well, like the idea, like I said, instead of saying, "Oh man, we lost one" or whatever, like I'm thinking, I think the truth is still there, and the truth is
yeah. I mean, I think they should be rebuked publicly. And I think they should still be prayed for and loved on, as any unbeliever. It's probably actually easier to have conversations with the deconstructionists than the unbeliever because they at least understand some common language. So, yeah, I mean, God's not done. You don't know. But I'm also not going to assume that person is going to arrive back to the truth. And that's where it gets really confusing because people will be like, well, Jesus said no one can snatch you from the Father's hands, but Paul says maybe they never believed to begin with, and that's
well, and that gets you into the the debate of the once saved, always saved. And
Exactly. And so that's where the confess with your lips is very easy to do. It's the believe in your heart that is what is also tested. And that's something I just can't do for Rhett or anybody.
Yeah,
All
okay,
I can
so
do
let's
is
talk
pray.
about that. Let's talk about that for a moment, dude. Like, okay, so do you think people are able to like fool themselves into thinking this is what my heart believes?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's that's interesting, dude. That's interesting.
100%. 100 only because
Like,
we are in our society where we have people that are good at acting and self motivation, belief. Like I watch my son, like he believes he can fly, you know what I mean? Like he jumps off and then he falls and hits whatever. It's like, yeah, you could definitely trick yourself into a lot of things.
but
And
at the end of the day, I feel like we know our heart of hearts, don't we? Like we know if we're lying to ourselves. Like I mean, we can try to believe the lie, but can we truly lie
Well,
to
there's
ourselves?
a lie of omission though, right? It's like a lie of ignorance. It's like I used to be the Christian that would say God doesn't care about same-sex marriage and blah blah blah. It's because,
Mhm.
well, you know what? I hadn't read enough of his word to make the statement that I make now that God does care about the creation
Yeah,
order is very important. He's very intentional. There is a way of flourishing that is built in that creation order. But like as a baby Christian, I totally believe those things that I heard from other Christians. And so I think you can believe a lie that you don't know is a lie.
mm,
wow,
mm.
that's interesting, man.
Yeah, I mean, just to add on to that, it you can, because I think in other aspects of our lives, even before placing our faith, like I think I've had moments where I had lied to myself. Like I once told myself I was going to play pro soccer. You know what I mean? Might have been a lie the whole time. I don't know, but it helped me get to some places until I had that realization. I was like, I can't do that, or I'm not gonna be able to do that, or something like that. But it's like I think we have that capability. I think our mind is
Yeah, it's called
strong enough.
cognitive dissonance.
Yeah,
There's a term for it.
our mind is just strong enough to do it. AB. It's like we have the power to. I mean, there's like people that make a living off of motivating others about the power of do, the power of I am, all
Power
kinds
of
of like,
itself.
yeah,
Yeah.
got all kinds of like, you can do it. And people really start to follow that and do become successful. And then they go, yeah, it's because I just started believing whatever this is. So yes, you can
Yeah.
absolutely fool yourself into the faith. Why not?
Yeah, there's a podcast called Redeeming Productivity that I watch. It's by a guy named Reagan Rose. Shout out Reagan Rose. Like I've been following this guy for almost a decade. He's great. He does like Christian productivity stuff. And he just released a really good video about what is Christian productivity, and he contrasts like all the self-help books that the world give you, and it's like it's all about finding you, and you are the thing, blah blah. And he's like, no 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 no, God, Christ is the thing. That's the center. It's not you. And it was a really good video. Highly recommend. Check it out.
Mm.
Redeeming Productivity. Plug in that dude. He's legit.
Redeeming productivity. That's good. That was good.
Yeah, man. Hey, if you're watching the replay of the video, man, let us know in the comments what you think about this. Are people exposed to the truth able to ever really let go of it or not? I don't know, man, because like I don't know. I feel like God says He's gonna write His word on our hearts. What does that mean?
Right. Well, Eric, I think you're struggling with it because you would never do that.
Right? You got a point there.
You know what I mean? Like in your head, you're like, I can never see myself doing that. And praise God that that's how you think and how you
Mm.
feel. But there are people that are conflicted and confused and still wrestle and whatnot. And like, that's okay. They just need to surround themselves with a
Yeah,
community of people that'll point them back to the truth.
yeah.
Mm.
Hey, last week we talked about a little bit about Jelly Roll. I saw his like acceptance speech. Was it at the Doves? I think with
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The don't miss the forest for the
Well,
trees for the
so
forest.
I didn't hear that part, but I heard him talking about like letting Jesus like basically order your steps, and he was like, "There's revival happening in America." Like I was like, oh, okay, wow. I was a little bit surprised by that, to be honest with you.
Good for him.
I know. So like, dude, like that. Like, I mean, I feel like, yo, hopefully, man, that the truth gets a hold of him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the hope right there. And
Yep.
maybe it has. Maybe
Yep.
it has.
Well, and we've talked about it before. Just all the football stars that have been talking about it too lately, and that seems to be an upward trend year after year. So that's been great.
There's nothing like the zeal of a new Christian. You know, a pastor was talking about that on Sunday. How in Second Corinthians, Paul was like, he was the second letter. He was like commending them all how well they were doing before he gives them the hardcore. But he talks about the zeal, just like how quickly after like you repent, like you get to that like that excitement level. Like even he gives like some examples of how Jesus,
Like a honeymoon
they got
phase.
it's like you go, oh man, that there. I love watching that. I think that's like it's like exciting because they say angels they celebrate for every new member of the faith. So what do they do? What kind of parties they throwing?
Well, and now I know that, like, obviously, like Jelly Roll, like he's not a rock, but man, like I got to thinking about it though. I was like, yo, is some of this that we're seeing kind of related back to maybe those of us that are in the body are not being loud enough, and so God's using people like Jelly Roll and Kanye and stuff to yell some stuff out there.
Are we quiet?
I think it depends on who you're following, right? Like, I mean, there's plenty of people in our community that are very loud and outspoken.
Yeah.
That don't get the clicks,
Right.
but you get someone like a Jelly Roll to convert, or imagine if Taylor Swift turned a whole new leaf on her Christian faith.
Bro,
Like,
well, she
how
would
crazy
lose.
that would go.
She would lose half her followers, but that
But
only
the other half would probably follow her.
yeah. Right. She'll also gain new
Yeah.
followers.
Yeah. So
I didn't have time to look at this because I saw it literally right before I had to come down here and get stuff ready to go for the stream. So maybe you guys have seen it. You can tell me, is Ben Shapiro going to CNN?
No, he just did like a election panel night thing there.
Okay, because I saw like a headline talking like literally just a little bit ago talking about Shapiro moving to CNN.
What?
That would be that wasn't on the bingo card.
Well, I have a Daily Wire subscription, so let me see.
That was not on the bingo card.
Well, there's been a lot of stuff not on the bingo card, man.
That bingo card is.
But also, Scott Jennings is on CNN, and Scott Jennings is a savage.
Absolutely. But that would be that would be nuts. I mean, Twitter's not saying. Oh, wait, hold on. Ben Shapiro runs to CNN to denounce his political opponents. Nah, they're not saying he is.
Okay. So, dude, like in the day and age of AI and clickbaits and stuff, it could have just been a fake headline that popped up.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
Somebody tried to get you there.
Why would he? It doesn't even make any sense. He owns his own company that makes millions of dollars on its own. Like, yeah.
That's why I was like, that's a crazy on the bingo card.
I could see him doing a regular segment over there, but he's not going to leave Daily Wire, his own company.
Dude, the only thing that was going on in my head was like, oh man, CNN's doing like a Hail Mary here or something. Like, that's wild to me. You think we're gonna get a government that's working soon?
Hope so. They got their election results, so now they're ready to negotiate.
Listen, my work is still working, so 9 to 5 is still 9 to 5. Hasn't been interrupted somehow. Ain't nothing changing.
Is your job government related?
Oh no, I mean, but I'm in like payments where we use the same tech. COBOL is the language that all finance, government, everyone uses for the longest. So it's just interesting that that's still kicking. Nasdaq's still kicking. So maybe the government shutdown doesn't do that much.
Well, I mean,
Definitely affected military and
technically, I'm a government worker, but man, they're not gonna, stop
yeah,
us
but you
from.
work for a city. Yeah, you're not in a federal.
Well, dude, and
You're
they don't.
thinking this
They
is
don't.
like national parks got closed. The military didn't get paid, though. I'm pretty sure
Well, let's be
a lot
honest,
of
man.
them did get paid, but not
They,
everybody.
they don't pay the teachers enough to worry about shutting them down anyway. So
Yeah.
Hey, what if they
they're
what,
like, these teacher salaries aren't going to help.
what if they come back and just like max out teacher salary to like 150K starting? That would not be on the bingo card, but that would be crazy.
Dude, it would be
Well,
amazing.
that's
Trump,
the most
let's make it
interesting
happen.
thing. Yeah, right. Like you had all these lobbyists for the Department of Education just cramming all this stuff in for education that's just rotting our children's brains, but they never
Never.
were like, yeah, let's give all these teachers huge raises. Only the executives,
It's just
only the top
you know,
brass.
what's mind blowing about that, Swiss, is most teachers are, in that raging. Most of them that I've seen are that raging live fest. I'm like, how come they haven't begged for the more pay? Like, are they just okay? Like,
Oh, trust me, I
are they
would
doing?
be more than happy to take a bigger paycheck.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
why are they not? Why are they not protesting about that? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
poor teachers.
Yeah,
I think
poor
teachers should be paid. I think they should be absolutely paid.
Someone wants to drop some money in my PayPal, I'll
They
be
should.
happy to let you do it. I'm just saying.
They should. I'm always an
Social
advocate.
hysteric over here, you guys. Social hysteric.
Well, your money could be my money. That's all.
Hey,
Not
we
the
got
other
the
way.
same Holy Spirit. Let's share a bank account.
Not the other way around, man. Not the other way around. Okay. So.
You got my wife's rule. My money is my money. Your money is my money. That's how my wife works.
Whatever works, man.
That's
Whatever
how it
works.
operates, man. It's just the world.
Yeah, dude. But Swiss, we were saying, I think before you got on here, dude, like 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna be getting ready to go on Thanksgiving break. Like, how
Bro.
crazy is that? Where we're at right now, man? Like, what's the end of the year here looking like for you guys, man?
Chill. Just chill. We're not traveling. We're staying in the new house. We're chopping down our own Christmas tree for the first time this year. So yeah, we're gonna enjoy the holidays in our new home in the mountains, and hopefully we get a white Christmas. So that would be really cool.
I bet the chances are pretty good, dude. I'm just saying. Now, granted, I know it was on the top of Pikes Peak, but I was on top of Pikes Peak on the 4th of July, and it was snowing.
Yeah.
So
It snows all the way to June here.
yeah.
I'm gonna go into conspiracy mode, guys. Just
Okay.
want you guys to prepare. But I do believe someone has sped up the time because ain't no way. Ever since I graduated college, I'm telling you, it's like what? Like I turn around and it's like Thanksgiving. It's okay, all right, cool.
I think that
I
has
don't think time goes faster. I just think we lose our memory faster, and so
We lose
time feels faster because
Sheesh.
it's global warming, dude. It's
Dude.
cold
Yeah.
It was just summer. Like it was. I'm not even joking. It felt like it was just summer.
I wore shorts a couple of days ago. I'm just saying I ain't doing that today.
No,
Yeah.
we wear that year round, EB. But but today I had some pants on.
I'm glad
It's
you
cold.
did.
Thank
Glad
you.
you did. So yeah, man.
Today I did free ball.
So obviously, I think 2 weeks from now we're gonna be probably taking a break because that'll be Thanksgiving week. What do you guys say? Should we try?
Nah, dog. Run that Thanksgiving episode, baby.
Okay.
Thanksgiving dinner.
I don't know
live, baby.
But I guess my question was, what do you guys say? Should we run it back one more time next week?
People
before
need
the break?
entertainment. People need entertainment.
You guys have any
Yeah.
burning questions that is on your mind that we can think about as before we head into the next week?
Not off the top of my head.
Oh,
I want to
dude.
know. I want to know the follow up with what's that band member guy? Michael
Tate?
Tate. I want to know what's going on now. You know, how, like when the news
I-
quiet down, like on somebody, it's like I'm
Yeah.
curious. Like, okay,
Yeah, and then it's like a month later, you're like, no one's talked about it.
no,
Like,
it's all about it. But what's
yeah, it's
going
not the
on?
hot topic. So
Like, is he just like chilling now? Like, is he just walking out like whatever, just roaming Nashville, chilling now? Everyone's cool now. Like I want to know what's going on. What's the follow? What's he like? What's popping? You know what I mean? What's the church like that he used to attend? We need some of those details. We need to look that up. We need a research.
I don't even want to know. I don't. I'm the exact
Dude,
opposite.
I'm telling
I
you,
don't
that
wanna
one,
know.
that one was rough, man.
He said, I let that go in the past.
That one was rough.
Since you let that go for Lent.
Hey, if you guys didn't catch it at the beginning of the episode, man, go check out Frenchie's new song, Steps.
Oh, a little dance number for Swiss. I know Swiss is a big dancer at his 7-foot high. He's got nimble feet for a 7-footer. And
that's
so
actually pretty true.
So I know he's gonna be cooking it up. A little number to move to, a little groover. You know what I mean? Just I don't know. Swiss, you ever played Vice City? Grand Theft Auto Vice City. All right. Now, I don't know if you did this. Like, I must have just been a weird kid, but I'd go into like I'd drive into the clubs. And in the club, they all be doing the same dance move, but it'd be like the most random NPCs in there. Sometimes I saw like officers, like a police officer in there, and they're just doing this move. This was the move in Vice City. And I was like, no way. I'm like, yeah, that's what I was thinking about when I was actually making this song.
Oh
It
man.
was
Okay,
that.
let's move on from Frenchie's heathen ways here.
Hey man, that was way back. Vice City's old, man. That's way
Yeah,
back.
that was
That's,
like
that's
2002.
literally a heathen. Literally a heathen at that time.
Shout out to our guys over at Paul Sheriff Music, man. They got new single Light
Didn't
of the
they drop
World.
that crew tape recently?
Well, they had the like cipher track, Bitter Waters, then they dropped Light of the World here recently, and then they've got a full project coming this month. So
Is that
shout out to them.
Is it Light of the World? Is that a Chris Tomlin sample?
Well,
no. All right, never mind. I'm too Baptist for
LOTW. Man. You can go check it out on the.
Oh, I'm definitely checking it out.
Yeah, they snagged that. They put that John Piper on there too.
Right. You can go check it out on the.
Yeah, I go through that
Fresh Picks playlist here on YouTube.
I'll be going through that fire.
We'll get Frenchie added on there too, man. So yeah, fellas.
I got more rap coming. A little dance number.
Hey, I'm gonna get it on there now that it's actually out. So,
yeah. Now you're not gonna get that Vice City thought out of your head. You're welcome.
Big Swiss. Any parting words?
Pardon.
No, man. Looking forward to see y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
I as well. Yeah, man. Shout out to Kyle and everyone that's been hanging out with us, man. We'll be back next week right here on 520 IXC, 520 Collective. Y'all know what it is, indie Christian culture. But let's go.